how has this happened? I mean, like, you redshirted your first year at South Carolina State, a MEAC school, right? How do you go from a redshirt freshman to becoming an all-pro and a Pro Bowler in your first 2 years in the NFL?
You know, it just coming out of high school. I mean, I wasn't heavily recruited. Everybody doubted me coming out, saying I wasn't big enough to play linebacker. So went to South Carolina State, redshirt. I went in probably around 180. And
so you're 180. You're 180 when you get to school?
Yes, sir. Because I was playing a receiver as well, so I didn't know what position I was going to play. And then they moved me to linebacker, and then everybody said he was too small. He's not big enough. He's not fast enough. So I wanted to prove them wrong. And then after that, I get drafted. They said I was the worst draft pick, and I wanted to prove them wrong. And you know, I always have that chip on my shoulder.
But now you come off like very mild-mannered and all that, but you talked about the chip on your shoulder. Pro Football Focus ranked you the 100th best player in the NFL, and you're not happy about that.
Oh no, I mean no, I'm not. But it's just like, you know, the worst draft pick. You know, you take that and you use it as fuel, and I'm gonna continue to do that because, you know, I'm a competitor, and to be ranked 100th out of 101, that's something that I don't live for. I want to be at the top of the list, and I got to continue to strive to do that.
Why do you think that happened? How could they rank you that low? As Doug said, you were all-pro your first year and a Pro Bowler this year.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I would love to have a conversation to kind of figure out what's the rating, like what adds it up, and see exactly what's going on. I thought this year I think I played well coming off my first year, and I'm not sure what made me to be 100 out of 101.
All right, we're showing the highlights of you taking Jameis Winston's pick six off Jameis Winston in the house. Now, in fairness, it's Jameis Winston. A lot of people took his pick six into the house.
Oh, come on. Don't do that.
I know going into the game, you guys are lining up going like, all right, who's going to get one? Everybody's going to get one, right?
Your first NFL pick.
He's a little like Oprah Winfrey, like, and you get intercepted. Still, okay, you had to have, like, flashbacks to your wide receiver days, right? You catch the ball, you high-pointed the ball, too. You're backpedaling, catch it, take it to the house. What's that memory like?
It was crazy because right before the game, defense coordinator come up, he knew that we was going to call this blitz, and he knew that, you know, if he get a 3-by-1 backside, he's going to run a slant, and if I engage long enough with the center, he's not going to see me drop out. And as soon as I saw it, you know, like you said, the receiver day came out and high-pointed the ball and kind of took it to the house from there.
You are the only linebacker in the NFL with 5 interceptions last season. Do you think you should have won Defensive Player of the Year?
I don't think I should have won Defensive Player of the Year, but I think my name should have at least been a nominee. I think Stephon Gilmore did a great job this year, shutting down top receivers week in and week out. So I definitely think that he deserved it, but I do think that I deserve to kind of be in the conversation as well.
It's kind of interesting. Jacoby was a starter, and I think Jacoby impressed a lot of people. But the organization and Chris Ballard, your GM, he didn't put like the full weight of support behind him at the end of the year. What's your sense of what's going to happen on the offensive side of things?
I think we're gonna stick with Jacoby. I think Jacoby's a great quarterback. I think he was 5-2 before his knee injury, and I do think that Mike could have had a toll on his play, but you know, he's been great for us, and I think he's going to continue to be great, and we're going to stay behind him no matter what.
Now, Melvin Gordon said that he thinks Phillip Rivers is going to you guys. What are your thoughts on that?
I saw that, but like I said with Jacoby, he's our starting quarterback, and you know, we're going to stand behind him and just let the chips fall where they fall at.
How shocking was it for you guys when Andrew Luck suddenly retired?
It was very shocking. We found out mid-preseason game. So I mean, it was shocking, and you know, I didn't see it coming. You know, Andrew was a great guy, great player, and you know, we stood behind his decision because you know we see what his body has been through, and once your body says, okay, I can't go anymore, you really can't go anymore.
Oh, you mentioned, it was a great question. You mentioned it was like fourth quarter of the preseason game that he was supposed to play in. Right. So were you dressed? Were you playing?
I wasn't playing, no.
Okay, so you're on the sideline.
I was on the sideline.
Okay, and then it broke like on Twitter before he got a chance to announce it.
Yeah.
So did you know, like, you're standing on the sideline and guys like, hey, Andrew Luck's retiring? Like, how did it actually go down?
Oh, well, at first it was the fans.
Yeah, they started booing, right?
They went screaming first, like, Andrew, don't leave. We love you. So everybody looking like, what's going on? And then that's when word came around on the sideline, hey, Andrew's about to retire. So we were like, wait, that's can't be true.
So did you go walk up to him?
Wow.
No, because I didn't believe it. So I wasn't going, walk up to him and say, hey, Andrew, are you about to retire? So I was like, no, watching, it was a preseason game, and it was the last preseason game. So we had some, in the linebacker room, we got a lot of rookies who was playing. So, I wanted to watch them. So I wasn't even focused on that. And then towards the end of the quarter, they was like, okay, yes, it's true. And then as he was walking off, the worst thing that could possibly happen for someone who's been playing and giving the city their all, to boo him his last time walking out of that stadium.
What was it like when he told the team?
It was.
And what in that room.
It was hurtful. Everybody was hurt. You could just see the look on his face that he didn't want to do it, but his body was telling him to do it. Me at first, when I first heard it, selfishly I was upset because he's a great player, and you dream of having that great quarterback, and especially seeing how well he played off of his first year coming back off his injury. So we had high aspirations for him, and I was upset at first. And then I went home and I really thought about it and saw and remember all the stuff he put his body through. And now he's married, he has a kid, and that's what he's looking forward to spending his life with. So we stood behind him from there.
Was there a feeling in the locker room that the season was over before it even started?
Not at all. Because Jacoby was getting, when we started OTAs back in April, Jacoby was getting all the first-team reps. So Andrew was never in there. So when he announced his retirement, it was like, okay, well, we're glad that Jacoby was getting all the first-team reps, and we trust him, and his leadership role just got even bigger.
So when you hear names like Phillip Rivers, you hear the postseason press conference where Chris Ballard wasn't quite settled, and knowing what Jacoby was able to do in terms of stabilizing things, how does that set with you?
I definitely think that Jacoby could help us win, and he showed it early last year. And we always said defensively, if the other team doesn't score, they can't win. So I put all the pressure on me instead of Jacoby, because if the other team can't put up points, and if our offense just give me 3 points, we win the ball game. And they say defense wins championships.
All right, here's the question that I want to know. In that division, how do you tackle Derrick Henry? That does not seem like
it's very tough.
like you're 6'2" to what?
About 218, 220.
Okay, so he outweighs you by
about 30 pounds.
By
probably.
30 pounds,
Yeah.
and he's what, maybe an inch taller than
Yes,
you?
sir.
So that's a freight train.
Oh, yeah, I always tell him he's a DN playing running back. That's what he reminds me of. And, every time we play him, we got to say 7+ to the ball. That's the only way we're going to get him down, because he's so much of a powerful runner. He's a fast runner, and, he got a nasty stiff arm. So you don't know how to really tackle him. So he's in space. You don't know exactly what move he's going to hit you with. So we always say first man, you hold on, and other guys get to the ball.
As a defensive player, what other quarterbacks in the league do you get the most hyped up to go against?
Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, and Tom Brady. Those are the top guys in the league right now. And, to be the best, you got to go out and go beat the best. And, I witnessed firsthand with Drew Brees how well he can play. And, that shows me that I'm nowhere near where I wanted to be, just to, seeing the things and seeing how he was dissecting the defense.
Now, they call you the Maniac, which you sitting here, it doesn't seem like it fits.
It doesn't fit.
But where'd you get that nickname? Yeah.
I got a nickname my junior year in college. Playing against Clemson, had 19 tackles, and coming off, got back on campus. Somebody said, "You play like a straight maniac," and once they said it, they kind of stuck with it. And I got that persona where when I'm on the field, I'm a different guy. I'm screaming, having a good time, and that's when my competitive nature comes in. I want to make every single play, and I just feel like I don't want to be touched. If the ball is 30, 40 yards down the field, I want to be there to make that play.
You said 218 pounds. That's small for a linebacker. Mm-hmm. Did they ever try to move you to safety, or did you ever consider that?
My first year ever playing football, I started at safety. That was my first position. Then I moved to linebacker, and then, like I said, I was playing receiver and linebacker, and I got recruited as a receiver and linebacker. So I never played safety, but now in my scheme of things, where we do it with the Colts, sometimes where they can line me up at corner, look like man to man, but we're playing something else. So they trust me enough to kind of do them other things.